The morning Jake Carter dashed out of his tiny kitchen holding a half-burnt piece of toast. He had no idea his life was about to collide with a billionaire's. All he cared about was getting his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, to school on time and making it to his factory shift before his supervisor marked him late again. Being a single dad meant every minute mattered, and every paycheck mattered even more. But halfway down the rural road that led toward town, Jake spotted something strange, an overturned black SUV in a ditch, smoke curling from the hood as if the earth itself was exhaling. At first, he thought he was imagining it. Then he heard a faint, pained groan. He slammed on the brakes. Jake told Lily to stay in the truck and ran toward the wreck. Peering inside, he froze. The man slumped over the steering wheel wasn't just anyone. It was Adrian Hale, the billionaire CEO whose face was always on business magazines at the grocery store checkout. The same man whose company's people whispered about, but Jake had only ever known as a symbol of a world far away from his own. Fame didn't matter now. The guy was bleeding and barely conscious. Jake forced the jammed door open, pulled Adrian out, and laid him on the grass. He called 911, tearing off his own flannel shirt to press against a cut on the man's head. Lily watched from the truck, wide-eyed, hugging her backpack. Jake kept talking to Adrian, trying to keep him awake until the ambulance arrived. By the time first responders took over, Jake looked at his watch and felt his stomach drop. He had already missed his entire shift. No call, no permission, nothing. It wasn't just a late mark this time. He knew his job was gone. But when Lily slipped her small hand into his and whispered, "Daddy, you helped him. That's what you always tell me to do," Jake forced a smile. Kindness didn't pay the bills, but he wouldn't let her see his fear. The next morning, Jake was pouring cereal he could barely afford when the sound of thunder shook the windows. Lily ran to the door. "Daddy, what is that?" Outside, a sleek, black helicopter hovered over their yard, kicking up leaves and dust. It landed beside the barn, and Jake stepped out onto the porch, shielding his eyes. The helicopter door opened. Adrian Hale climbed out, alive, walking and looking straight at Jake. "Mr. Carter," he called, adjusting the bandage on his forehead. "I had to come myself." Jake glanced at Lily, who clung to his arm. "Sir, I'm just glad you're okay." Adrian stepped closer. "The paramedics told me what you did. My team told me you lost your job because of it." Jake swallowed hard, embarrassed. "It's fine. You don't owe me anything." "That's where you're wrong," Adrian said, smiling for the first time. "Most people drive past. You didn't. You saved my life." He looked around Jake's worn-down porch and then back at the man who had pulled him out of twisted metal. "So I'm here to return the favor," before Jake could respond. Adrian handed him a folder-on offer letter. A new position, triple his old pay, benefits he had only dreamed about, and the chance to move into a safer neighborhood for Lily. Jake blinked fast, trying to process the moment. Lily tugged his sleeve. "Daddy, is this real?" Adrian laughed softly. "Very real. Heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear flannel." Jake stood there, stunned, the autumn wind brushing his face as the helicopter blade slowed. His world, which had felt so small for so long, suddenly stretched wide open with possibility. And as Lily wrapped her arms around him, Jake knew that one act of kindness on a smoky roadside had changed everything.